grade 1. I will be discussing our new topic for this week in your mathematics subject. It's for the week 7 to 8, of course. Our objectives for this week is visualizes, represents, and subtracts the following numbers. 2 to 3 digit numbers with minuends up to 99 and more than 100 without regrouping. So if last time we discussed with regrouping, for this week we will just focus on without regrouping. Okay? So, hello kids, how are you? Please help me solve this subtraction problem. Oh my gosh, our friend here is asking our help, grade 1. So, here's the problem. Zyrene has 19 apples. She gave 8 apples to Zane. How many apples are left? Oh my gosh, what are we going to do now, grade 1? Mm-hmm. Oh, so here are the apples. So we are going to count the apples in a group. 5, 10, 15, 19. So we have here 19 apples. So we will try to separate the tens and the ones here. Okay? So we have 9 ones and 1 tens minus 8. Alright? 8 ones. Okay, so let's help our friend here solve this one. The answer is 11. Why? How did we do it? Of course, we remove or we take away 8 apples from the total of 19. Okay, so we have 19 apples here. We cross out or we remove 8. Okay, therefore, 9 minus 8 is equals to 1. So we put 1 here in the place value of ones. So since we don't have anything to take away from the tens, so we will just bring down 1. Hence, 11 apples are left. Another problem. The residents of Barangay Maligaya are planting trees to help reduce air pollution. Out of 155 seedlings, 42 are Nara trees. The rest are ipple trees. How many are ipple trees? Okay, let's try. So the first step that we are going to do to help our friend here solve the problem is, of course, you make a place value chart. Okay? Place value chart. So since we have 3 numbers here, of course, we have 3 place values. So we have the ones, we have the tens, and the hundreds. So we have 155. So let's try to distribute the number according to their place value. So we have 155. We have 5 ones, 5 tens, and 1 hundreds. Minus 42. So 2 ones and 4 tens. All right, so let's try to subtract the ones first. So the red colored or the highlight here in red are the first one that we are going to subtract. 5 minus 2 equals 3. Yes, so we have 3 here. So this is the step 1. Step number 2, we are going to subtract the tens, okay? So a while ago, we subtracted the ones. So we're done already with the ones. Now let's proceed to the tens. So we have here the tens in red. So we highlighted the tens. 5 minus 4 equals 1. Very good. So the answer is 1 tens. Okay, so that's the step 2. Okay, subtract the tens. And how about step 3? Step 3, subtract the hundreds. So we highlight hundreds here in red. Since we don't have something to subtract from 100, so let's just bring down 1. Okay? Hence, there are 113 ipil-ipil siblings. Seedlings, sorry. My fault. It's not siblings, it's seedlings. So, 5 minus 2 is 3. 5 minus 4 is 1. So, bring down 1 here because there's no one to subtract here. So, the answer is 113. Okay? 155 minus 42 is equals to 113. Now, let's apply what we have learned a while ago on how to subtract numbers without regrouping. So, if you try to observe grade 1, when you say without regrouping, wala siyang carry. Alright? Hindi ko kinukulang ang number sa taas. Okay? So, tamang-tama yung number doon. Mas mataas yung number sa na babawasan natin compare dun sa ibabawas natin. That's why walang carry. And that explains why it is called without regrouping. Kasi hindi ka na mag-iisip, ay, babawasan ko si next number para ma-solve ko ito. Okay? Now, let's proceed to the next. From a donation of 545 pesos, the barangay captain used 112 pesos to buy some materials to label the seedlings. How much money was left? Now, di ba kanina sinolve natin ang 155 minus 42, so 113 seedlings yung sagot niya. Alright, so I know, 112 seedlings. Now, another problem. The barangay captain has 545 pesos and then we need to subtract 112 pesos. So, how much money was left? Okay, to find out how much money was left, subtract 112 pesos from 545 pesos. Okay, remember to subtract starting from the ones to the hundreds. Alright, so we should always start subtracting here from the ones, followed by tens, and then hundreds. Okay, so let's try it. 5 minus 2 equals 3. Okay, after you're done subtracting from the ones, let's proceed to the tens. 4 minus 1 equals 3. Alright? And if you're done subtracting the tens, let's proceed to the hundreds. 5 minus 1 equals 4. So we have subtracted the hundreds here. Hence, 433 pesos was left. After we have subtracted 112 pesos from 545 pesos, 433 pesos was left. Remember grade 1, if you are subtracting money, take note, you need to put the peso sign. Okay? Did you get that? You should always put the peso sign or else you will be marked wrong. Alright? Just to recognize or just to know that the one that you're subtracting involves money. Okay? Kasi pag hindi mo nilagyan ng peso sign yan, ibig sabihin hindi pera yung sinubtract mo. So you should always put the sign, okay? Or the peso sign here. Did you understand? Very good. So, to check the answer in a subtraction, if it is correct, you are going to add the difference and the subtrahend. The sum should be equal to the minuend. Okay, so i-check natin kung tama yung sagot natin kanina. Okay, check if 545 minus 112 is equals to 433. 433 is the difference. So, let's add 112, which is the subtrahend. So, the answer is 545 and that is the minuend. Ganun lang pong gagawin natin in order to check if your answer is correct. So, i-add mo lang yung sagot after mong bawasan yung number. Tapos, yung number na binawas mo. So, yung total, yun na yung minuend niya. Okay? Since 433 plus 112 is equals to 545, the answer in example 2 is correct. Very good, grade 1. So, to sum it up, to subtract a 2 to 3 digit number without regrouping, subtract starting from the ones up to the hundreds. Write a peso sign in the answer when subtracting money. You can check the answer in a subtraction problem by adding the difference and the subtrahend. The sum or the total should be equal to the minuend. You can perform also mental math to answer subtraction problems without regrouping. So kung madali lang, pwede mo naman gawin mental math. Yes, mabilis lang yun. Okay? So I hope that you have learned something from me today, kids. But of course, before we end our lesson, let's have a short assessment first. Okay, let's see if you can do it. First problem. An anti-rubbish shot cost 80 pesos. Ben pays for an anti-rubbish shot with the following bills. So tingnan natin itong pera. So we have here one 50 peso bill and two 20 peso bills. How much change should Ben receive? So magkano daw ang sukli ni Ben kapag ang pera niya ay 90 pesos. Tapos babawasan natin ng 80 pesos. Alright, number 2 question. There are 97 houses in Barangay Malusog and 63 houses in Barangay Masaya. Which barangay has more houses? Tingnan natin kung alin na may pinakamaraming bahay. Okay? Number 3 question. The residents collected 947 kilograms of recyclable materials. 325 kilograms were magazines and newspapers. How many kilograms were not magazines and newspapers? Number 4. 845 minus 234 is equals what? And number 5. 389 minus 75 is equals what? Now, let's find out grade 1, the correct answers. Number 1, the answer is 10 pesos. Okay? So you can use PHP or the peso sign. That symbolizes money as well. Number 2, Barangay Malusog has more houses. So, paano natin nalaman na mas marami ang bahay kay Barangay Malusog? Kasi minus natin si 97 kay 63. So, you can see there in the problem itself, even though you will not solve it automatically because 97 is bigger or greater than 63. Therefore, Barangay Malusog has more houses. Number 3, 622 kilograms were not magazines and newspapers. So, itong 622 kilograms na to, ito yung sagot after natin minus yung problem kanina dito sa number 3. 947 minus 325. Okay, so yung sagot na 622, ito yung hindi magazines and newspapers. So, of course, dahil kilograms ang tinatanong, nilagay natin ang symbol na kilograms. Okay? Number 4, the answer is, okay, 845 minus 234 is 611. And number 5, 389 minus 75 is equals to 314. Ang dali lang grade 1, di ba? So if you have questions, you may message me in the messenger or you may also post some question after I'm done live streaming this video. Hope you have learned something meaningful today, kids. Bye!